Okay, we are live. Hello, hello, hello. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day today. We are just into the Friday evening and the weekend starts tomorrow. But today I'm here again with a lady. She's a part of our online business. But before I get into that, because it's going to be a very exciting conversation with her, but before I get into that, I want to welcome everyone from Facebook or they are watching from my YouTube channel. Thanks for your support, your love you guys are giving me day in, day out. And I hope that you're going to enjoy this interview as you enjoyed the last one. Now, we all have a journey in our life. We all have a chapters where we play our role day in, day out, correct? Whether when we are born, whether we are in our young age, or when we get married, or we have children's. So we play our role. And this is what I talk about every time whenever I talk about sharing the journey, because it's very important for us to come out and share our journey with others. Because as a human being, it's our responsibility to let people know that where we are coming from and what we have achieved and what lows we have seen in our life. Because nowadays it's important to uplift each other, and the only time we can uplift each other if we can connect, and the only time we can connect with each other when we know each other very well. I met this beautiful lady through my online business. Okay, she's one of my business partner from Australia. We've been talking from last couple of months. Okay, we have a group where we chat every week. Okay, but when I found out about her journey, where she started from and what she has achieved in last couple of years, I think last 2 decades, it's amazing, because the country where she comes from, and then what she has achieved in Australia, it's a very big jump. And in around that pivot, she might have gone through a lot of lows and ups. And I wanted her to share that lows and ups with you guys, because this is the right time where we can uplift each other, because we have just come out of, not come out, we are still into that pandemic and uncertainty of our life, where we have hit, where the life has hit us hard, and we are still trying to cope up with that. So I would like to introduce Nada from Melbourne, Australia. She will going to talk to us about the journey and what she has learned and how she has gone to the stage where she is managing kids, husband, and the business what husband is running. And at the same time, she's also running her own online business where she's hitting the milestones every day. If you have any questions for her, please let me know in the comment box. We would love to answer your questions, and we will do our best to do that. So I'll bring Nada on for you guys. Just give me a sec. Hey, Nada, how are you?
Hey, good. Yourself, Jackie. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thanks a lot for coming in, Nada. I really appreciate your time and your guidance, your everything what you do for us as a group, as a business. But today I want you to talk about yourself. Today I want you to talk about that 18-year-old girl who left Bosnia, went to Germany as a refuge, and from Germany she came to Australia and achieved a lot of things in her life. So I want you to touch base on those moments and bring those memories back for our people and make them understand that they are not the only one, those who are struggling or those who are trying to achieve the dreams they want to achieve.
Thank you, Jackie, for inviting me, first of all. And I'm so pleased and blessed to be part of your friendship and our little group friendship. So I'm really grateful that I met you and our little team. And, our team is growing every day. And so I can start with my journey. I was born in Bosnia, as you said, and when I was 18 years old, war started in Bosnia, and the country started to separate. Each republic or state wanted to become, separate and have their own laws and a way of living. So I became a refugee, and my family, my father and my mother and my siblings, which was 5 of us, we just found ourselves without anything, just over the night, literally. And so everything was just destroyed and burned down. So, and we just literally with our clothes on and what we had, in our backpacks, we started our life in Germany as refugees. And so I had to learn a new language, German, because I couldn't speak. So I had to first recover from the war and everything what I experienced in those, 6 months that I was living in it. So, and come back to my senses and find a strength. I was just a young girl, only 18, girls, that age, they have a, life, they have, they're going out, and I was literally left with nothing. No, I had to start, totally new life, not totally new chapter in Germany. And so even not my parents could help me because they were left with nothing. So we had to start and look, for jobs. And, I was the first one in family to find a job. I was a little chatty box, and so I was the first one. My father was literally left numb, so he never recovered after the losing everything in our country. He never recovered, so he felt really ill after that, and he passed away at age 65, really young, I can say. Yeah, and then that was my chapter in Germany. Yeah, when I was, really hard working, we couldn't go to school, or uni because our, visa was restricted by time, and we had to sign up as soon as we arrived in Germany that we have to go back as soon as the war ended in our country. So we had to sign that, paper that, once everything is finished in our country, even if it's destroyed, we have to go back. So, and in that time when war was still going on in my country, my auntie was living in Australia, and then some idea came, let's go to Australia. So we started to look for our visas, for Australia, and we were accepted. And so after 5 years living in Germany, me and my siblings, all the siblings, came to Australia, and my mother and father, because my father was really sick, he couldn't come, and youngest brother, he stayed with my parents in Germany. So my family was separated. So it was really hard. I was that time 24-year-old, girl, lady, okay. And, with my 2 brothers and sister, we came here, and in Australia, we were, offered, we could go to uni, we could study. So my dream was always, to study and finish the uni and find a job and get married. So I followed all the steps, I got back on track, after the war and everything. So I forgot the, part in Bosnia and that everything was destroyed. So I picked myself up and I said, life is still good and I'm alive and I'm going to continue. I've got my strength, to find a way. So I started my university and my siblings as well. So, and the same time, I find a job in pizzeria, and I was working, Friday, Saturday, Sunday in pizzeria, and I studied full time, and I finished my studies and everything. So I started to work for MIT as well after my studies were finished, and yeah. Should I continue, further down, or you're gonna, ask me a question, to my marriage and everything? So how that went?
I will come to the marriage definitely. Don't worry about that. But you mentioned about the war.
Yeah.
Like, what memories do you still have from those moments when you were there and the war started and you were physically there? What memories do you go back, and if you want to share something which
Yeah,
you
I
still
can share. I believe, yeah, I can share everything. I believe that in the world, I don't know, I was reading last year how many displaced people live in the world, like refugees, migrants. So literally, the more people live outside, they comfort their home, where they were born, then proper people that live on their heritage a lot. So my story would, many people, many refugees will connect to this story. How all this started, I was a high school girl at that time, and I didn't even finish my high school, properly, because I got my diploma, but 2 months was left, because of the war. School stopped working, like now in Corona time, it just stopped. Everything stopped in my country. And so last 2 months I didn't finish it proper, but I got my diploma after that anyway. And everything was, when you see that people, your neighbors, are able to attack you, to burn your home down just because of some beliefs, and they forgot who we are, that they forgot that we are neighbors, and that no one wants to, do any harm to anyone. And I don't know which belief or religion or culture, or I don't know why they did that. And I can imagine on the other side, only answer they could give us when I asked them. I was a pretty, girl on fire. I was always, chatty, and when I asked them, why are you burning our home down, and they said, on the other side of the town, your people are burning our homes, because it was a religious war, and the country just separated, it was Catholics, Orthodox, and Muslims. So.
Yeah.
And on the other side of this, country, your people are burning from our people's homes and destroying everything. That's why that's the answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
I came across those situations in India also, where there
yeah,
are lots of riots, there are lots of this kind of stuff where, and it happens every now and then,
yes,
in between Hindus and Muslims, and they
yes,
fight. And yeah, so I can relate to that, because I have seen those, when I was in my school, I saw people fighting with each other, burning down houses or the cars or the shops on the streets,
yes.
Yeah. And Nada, when you came to Australia from Germany, uh, you came by yourself, or you had your family came over with you
I
to Australia?
came with my siblings, my two older brother and sister, younger sister. My parents, they stayed in Germany, and younger brother, because my
Oh,
father was sick.
yeah.
He wasn't accepted here, and then he didn't want to go anywhere. So my parents decided to stay in Germany, and my family was, split. We were never separated.
Yeah.
Very short time we were separated. When my brothers, they stayed in Croatia during the war, and they came to Germany a year later. So that's the only time we were separated, and we were really close. As a family, and just that part, mother and father not being there was really hard on us as well. So at that age, I became, lady in a house, doing all the, housework and studying and working in pizzeria. And so I was always really busy in my life.
So when you came and when you finally able to study and have an education in Australia, so what was your dream moving forward? Because coming from that part of the world where you have seen your neighbors burning your house down, or trying to do that, and people hating each other, and like they became strangers suddenly, and so when you came and when you started studying, what was your vision, what was your dream that you want to achieve this, because you do not wanted to have that life back which you left it behind.
I would never ever wish my any enemy to live in the war. And I always say just that peace is in the world, that that no wars very. But like today, even in the US, you can see disruptive scenes of people fighting for their rights, and really and just the whole aggression and everything in the world is I don't, it's not for me. I'm just not, I can't digest that, because probably because I survived something bad. The first thing first, when I came here, I thought, this is a safe country and war will never happen here, and I can build my life here, I can build my career. And that was my vision, to find a job and to work and to have family and live peacefully. Yeah.
That's correct. And when you finished your uni and you moved into a real world, after finishing your uni, where you said you were working at RMIT, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. It was during the studies or after the studies?
It was during the studies and after the studies. Yeah.
Okay. And what were you doing at RMIT? Like, what was your role?
I was studying information technology, and I was just working on a system, so with some other colleagues and students, and nothing, brain breaking. So just normal, corporate thing that I think everyone
Fair enough.
can imagine what was.
And now you are married. You got 3 kids, if I'm not
Yes,
wrong.
I've got
Good.
3 kids.
Yeah. So how long you been married now?
11 years.
11 years. And you found your husband in Australia, yeah?
I found my husband in Australia, but funny thing about my husband is that
Hang on,
my
hang on.
mom.
Why husband things are always funny for the wife?
No. We met here, but we met here, but his father and my mother were born in the same village, but he wasn't born in that city where I was born.
Mm-hmm.
Because his father moved away and he got married like 350 kilometers away from our city, and I never met him there, but his father and my mother were, like in the same village born. They went to same school. And then I met my husband here, but somehow, I don't know, a tradition or because I'm very traditional girl, I have to say, and this is very important, to stick to my roots and heritage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. On that note, I remember you talking about that you want to go back to your country, you want to go back to your roots,
Yes.
if you get a chance.
Yes.
Yeah. So why it is important for you to go back to your roots? Why do you think about that? Because you just said that you have left a lot of things
Yes.
behind,
Yes.
and the Australia is good for you, and it's
Yes.
it's a safe country. We can say that. But why you still feel that you wanna go back and connect? to
Yes,
Bosnia.
I have to. We have to stay connected to those roots. You can't be, if we forget who we are, it's like a tree without roots. You
Yeah.
break easily. And I want my kids, this is most important, I want my kids to learn my heritage,
Uh-huh.
because I know that I grew up in a healthy, normal person, despite all the troubles and the war, and there was so many issues. I had my brothers here, but when you're left on your own, you feel like you have to fight so many demons around you, and life is not easy. Whoever says life is easy, it's lying. It is always everyday struggles and fights, and and you have to fight through the life. So I think I managed really good for now, and I want my kids to realize that they have to know their heritage and their roots as well. And me and my husband, we same, came from the same nationality, same background, and same country. So I wanna show them that there's still good people there. It just by in my country, who is leading them. This war happened, why wars happen in the world. We don't
Yeah.
know at the
Yeah.
moment.
And
It's peaceful. So
yeah. And I think it is more important now to make our kids connect to the roots, to the
yes,
language, to the food,
yes,
you know, because
yes,
nowadays it's so chaos, so confusion, and kids. I think now kids gets more distracted than before. Like in
yes,
my generation or in your generation, it was not easy to get distracted. We
yes,
knew where we are heading. We knew what
yes,
we wanted to do. But now for kids, it's is easy, to get
yes,
distracted and get onto a wrong journey or a wrong path.
yes,
And
yes.
that's why it's important to make them realize that where they come from, where their parents are coming from, like your journey, like your story, where you came from and what you have achieved. It's important for them to understand, correct?
Of course, of course. They I didn't fear that my past. I don't fear that. War happened. I didn't start it, and I'm part of that. And I want them to understand that there's nothing to fear. From the country that we came from. And that someone else created that war. So. And I want to give them more options in life. Some people, I know people, from my country background that came like in 50s and
Uh-huh.
in 60s and 70s. They never went back. They have
Okay.
their families over there. So they
Uh,
never saw this family again, ever. So
yeah.
I can't imagine. I still have. We have family. Like I think in your background as well. You connected. Like they
Yeah.
always say, like ninth generation in your family. You can't marry. I don't know if
Man.
this is in your case.
Um,
So we know 9 generations,
uh,
in our background. We know each other, like it's the whole country is like a small village. Everyone knows everyone. So that much we are connected. We know each other, and I can't imagine for someone come here and just chop off the heritage,
yeah.
family, and connection. And that's not,
Background. Yeah.
I don't know, background. So yeah, I can't understand it.
That.
I
Yeah. Yeah.
mean, I'm always
Yeah.
with people. I'm telling my
Right.
story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely right. I don't know how people can do that, and
Yes.
I think if you can chop off your heritage or your background or your culture, then I think you don't have a feelings. End of the day, you are not a human.
What is my existence then? What
Exist.
is my genes? What is my existence? We are built from that. We
Yeah.
can't forget, who we are. And
Yeah.
that's really important to me. And I want my kids, as I said, schooling is important, and I went to school as well. But you know what? my life experiences, they taught me so much more than school. I mean, it's not, I don't want my kids just live in a box and everything is going to be served there. You have to fight in your life for something, not give them everything. They have to look, and choose and pick and have options. And if you serve them a few options in their lives, they can pick and choose. If they have only one, then
Yeah,
they can't choose anything.
absolutely right. Absolutely right. So we have few people coming in.
Yeah.
Sophia, thanks for joining in.
Oh,
Jason,
thank
thanks for
you,
joining in.
Sophia.
Yasmin, Veraf,
Thank you, Yasmin.
Phil, and we got, sorry if I'm spelling this wrong, Mibui and Joy, Tara. Tara says, beautiful story, Nada.
Thank
And
you, Tara.
yes, Yasmin says, you have done well, Nada. You are a strong woman. Yes, you
Thank
are a
you,
strong
Yasmin.
woman. Oh, I got my sister listening to
Oh,
you.
sister here,
And
you see? And
she
she
says,
lives so far away.
yeah, she says
Oh,
that lots of respect to your thoughts, Nada.
thank
I
you.
know why she's saying that. I know why she's saying that because she keeps insisting me that come back to India, come back to India.
Oh, you see.
I know. That's why she's agreeing. She's
I know you came here only because of school, you told me that. And
absolutely
then
right.
you want to
I
go back.
just came for the studies, but now I'm here, 14 years now. You
Yeah.
know, yeah. So Nana, uh, you are also supporting your husband with his business right now.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Then what was the reason for you to choose to go online and do your business and be an online entrepreneur?
That's a good question. A few years when I met my husband, he lived on a farm, on chicken farm.
Uh-huh.
So me and his family, they were involved in chicken farming industry. And after that, they sold their farms. And they started another business.
Mm-hmm.
And I moved with him, and and everything was just growing fast, and at the moment, when you're involved with the husband 24/7,
Yeah.
and you live on the business, when you live with the husband, and you can't separate private and business, and sometimes it's hard, so that's why I decided no, it's time for me to look into something else. I wanted to do my youngest one, because my kids, they stayed with me. I didn't put my kids in childcare, and they
Okay.
stayed with me till they, reached the age to go to kindergarten, so 4-year-old kindergarten, and they were with me, all the time. And when my youngest one reached that age to go to kindergarten, I started to think, oh my God, I have to do something for myself. I wanted to do something for myself. Business is fine and everything, but it was just too big and overwhelming for me. And I wanted to see my own goals, and I didn't enjoy anymore working, there with the husband, in and out, and private, as I said, private and professional. We should always separate that. And I wanted to see how far I can come on my own now.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to do something to keep me busy as well, but I didn't want to go to school again. I didn't want to go and work full time. I didn't need to. And I wanted to be there for my kids again, full time. That's my priority. My kids are my priority. And I want to work, around them. So, and I started to look into online businesses, because I said, oh, this is the perfect fit for me. Online, I can do on my own time, even when the kids sleep, when they're in school, I can do. And then, and that was the perfect decision and perfect fit for me, online. So, and more people, and I said, you know what, I'm going to move with the flow. Everyone is, going in the same direction. I have to be part of that, otherwise I'm going to be left behind. So that was my thinking, last year when I when I started looking into online businesses. Yeah, I
And
started
how
with
did you,
Amazon first. I went even and paid for some, course with the Amazon, and the presentation and everything was fine, and then you have to invest big money, to import stuff and put it somewhere and sell things, and I said, no, this is a big headache. I want something, smaller. I want something that I can organize better on my own time. So
yeah.
that's how I came across this online business. Yeah.
And is somebody brought this opportunity to you, or you found it online itself?
I find it myself online because somehow, when you look for something, you'll find it. If you don't look, you won't find it. So I was looking.
Absolutely
I was
spot on.
looking for something online, and
Yeah.
just came across an ad in a news feed, and then I said, "Oh my God, I'm gonna check this out," And then I had to pay a small fee for that, and that was last year, July, and then I paid a small fee to join that group, and
Yeah.
I said, "Oh my God, if I'm gonna see that money back again, oh my God, probably not." But I said, "Never mind. Okay, that's a pair of shoes, and then I'm gonna, say
Absolutely.
goodbye to it." But no, actually, I was really surprised. I was really surprised how serious this
How
is.
many how many pair of shoes you bought after that?
Oh, forget it. I don't count that.
You don't count.
I don't
Okay.
count
So
that.
and once you join the online business and online journey, where it was difficult for you because
Yeah.
the business you were doing it with your husband, it's not a online, nothing to do with online, I think.
No, nothing to do with
Yeah.
online. No. You
So
have
what was your learnings when you were doing this? Was any hurdles or any things you were hesitant about?
to be honest with you, I was so surprised that it's so easy. I was
Is
so
it?
surprised because I have I studied, okay, I went to uni, and I'm, all this, but I wasn't in that industry like for past, since we started to do farming first and the other business and everything. I came out that, and I was always helping in other things, replacing the staff members if they fall out sick or anything. So it was totally different. And coming back into something digital, I said, oh my God, if I'm gonna do this. But I was really surprised how training easy was, because I was at that time in Serbia. I was with my kids in Serbia like for 6 months, and then I started it over there. So I gave it, after paying that fee, I give it a few months, time. Some idea has to, grow in me, and then I said, this is it. I'm going to start this, and then you know what? It's so easy. You can start from anywhere in the world. I was in Serbia when I started my business, and I started, and I'm not regretting it, because training is so easy. It's so straightforward, and even for me, like I call myself stay-at-home mom. I was, helping out and everything, but stay-at-home mom full time. And this training was really straightforward, easy. And you know what? And then I have my mentor, I have my coach there to help me out if I have any questions. I have there's over 40,000 people there who are in this business. I can reach out to anyone, and that's
Yeah.
how we actually met. Our little
Exactly.
group, and,
Yeah.
and I love it. I love my group. We have the same goal. We have same vision. We push, each other. We hold each other's hands, and we're gonna,
Absolutely.
uh,
And sometimes we get grumpy also, just like I did yesterday.
yeah, yes. But I mean, it's a part of life. But we are always
Exactly
there
right.
because we have a really good team, and
No, no,
we
no.
always
We need to give a big shout out to the team. We need to give a big shout out to the team. Yasmin, Thara, Savid, Sophia, thanks a lot for being there.
Yes,
You
thank
guys
you. Thank you,
are
like,
great. Yeah. Now, Nada, you have learned a lot in the online platforms. And
yes.
so when you talk about this online business, which platforms do you use?
I
Like,
use I started to use YouTube. I'm using Facebook. I look a lot into Pinterest and Instagram sometimes. Yeah, all those platforms, social media platforms, which I couldn't believe. I was always, I wasn't social media girl, to be honest with you. I was really private, and suddenly I'm having interviews and I'm going all live. So my life is now like open book, my business page, so everyone can see what I do during the day. So, which is really for me, I had to take that step, further and get out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
That was my, only issue if I could do that. But I'm doing it because I'm having a help around me.
That's good.
So
That's good. No, and that's what I've realized, because when I started, it was new to me as well. And there are a lot of people, those who started, it was something new for them. It was an adventure, you know.
yes.
And now it's a day-to-day
Yeah,
activity.
just share. Yeah, I
Sorry.
love it every day more and more. This is,
Yeah.
this say you shouldn't live to work. You should work to live, and this
Doing-
you should have a joy. Whatever you do in your life, you should have a joy, and this is
Yeah.
really so compact, small. I can do on my own, and because with that big business, I was just overwhelmed and too messy started to be. So, and this is something that I can do on my own time, and I'm on my own boss now. I'm so
Yeah.
proud of myself and everything.
And you
So,
are
and
absolutely right. I think you are absolutely right, because you said that having fun and enjoying the whatever you do,
joy.
because enjoying the process every day will lead you to your destination, to your dreams, because
Yes,
if you're not enjoying what you are doing, if you're not enjoying the process, whether it's work, whether it's your relationship, whether it's
yes,
anything, you need to make sure that when you are into that zone, you are enjoying it. And I was listening to this somewhere, that when we give out a time, like I'm spending time with you, okay, the
yes,
time is not important, it's the energy which is important. So if I'm going to work
yes,
and I'm putting 9 to 5, I'm working there, but I'm not having a good energy towards it, it's not going to lead me anywhere. So that's what exactly we need to understand, that we need to find the purpose, and we need to follow the purpose and change that purpose into a paycheck.
yes.
Okay. And that's exactly what
That's
I'm
what,
doing right
yeah,
now.
I just said something. Money. I didn't have issues with money. I have to say, because we were self-employed for 10, 11 years. But you know what?
Yeah.
Controlling your life. That's controlling your life. You can't leave your business to anyone. You have to be
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
or you have to sacrifice your energy and time. You have to. How can you balance? What's important? More important is how to balance everything. How to balance that you can enjoy how much you earn, and that you can really enjoy balancing the life. That's more important than anything else. Money doesn't make you happy, or you can't your life is controlled by something it doesn't make you happy. You can't go on the holidays when you want, or that's control. In this online business, you can pack your laptop and your phone and off where you want to go,
Yeah.
and work. You just need a Wi-Fi, and then you can work from anywhere in the world. Which some people in our business, they leave, they go to their home countries and spend 6 months, if they want to stay over there, or they're gonna 3 months go on a holiday. It's all happening, it's all possible, and I love this digital era. I couldn't imagine last year I'm gonna say that, but I love it. Honestly, I love it. It makes it really possible to everyone, for
Absolutely.
everyone.
Absolutely. It's like process, and the process which we follow in the business, it's like very easy.
Yeah,
Anyone can do it without a knowledge, without any experience. Now, Tara,
yeah,
if people wants to find you on Facebook,
Yes.
how they can reach you on your business page?
They can reach me under my real name, Nada Ninkovic. That's my real
Okay.
name, and I'm presenting myself in my real name. I'm not hiding from anything, so my life is open book, pretty much now. And they can find me there.
Okay. And now,
Channel
how?
or YouTube
If,
channel as well, Nada Ninkovic. I'm gonna start here. I'm working on that.
okay.
So there's gonna be more videos on my YouTube channel as well,
Very good.
under my name as
Congratulations for
well.
that.
Yeah.
Now, Nada, when people, those who are sitting, there are a lot of people might be watching this, and
Yeah.
they want
Always.
to, they want to do the business, So, how they can join? What is the process they can follow to join the business?
The process is the same as I took the same road. So I'm going to suggest to anyone who is I always as a lady, I always say, as a mother, I'm coming from my own perspective. It's so easy if you're mothers to juggle kids and this business. So there's so many moms out there in online world that they made their life easier. They're not running, they're not rushing, they're not running a marathon every morning to get kids ready, to get to the job, don't be late, rush. I know so many, in my family as well, that they just, the life is so stressful then for kids, for me, for everyone, for mothers, and then, it's so stressful. So it's so easy to follow. They can, click on our links. I have my website link on my page, my business page. So it's so easy to follow. Just click on the link, register. You're going to watch a free webinar. This is only 90 minutes of your time, where you can find out, people that are working online, same as we do, real normal people, like everyday people, with their all struggles and problems, and why they jumped into the online world, because it made their life easier. So after that, there's a small fee involved, $149, and this money is totally refundable. So totally, I can assure everyone this is refundable. And if you decide by any chance, in a few days time, or you have a whole month to decide, is this for you? But when you join in, you will find out how this business works, what's the structure, and how you can grow and become a business owner, your own business owner. So you can work on your own terms, and you can maybe down the road, if you're working full-time, just change and swap your life and swap totally to online, because people want freedom. And with this online business, it's not get rich scheme, and it's like baby taking steps, and you need time to warm up everything. It's not going to happen overnight. You can't get rich overnight. That's let's be clear. But it's something that's going to make your life much easier in a year, 2, 3. So you can have a plan, as I have a plan, and I'm going to stick to my plan and my vision, and I'm going to reach my vision and goal in 1, 2, 3 years. Yeah,
Absolutely right. Definitely, it's not a get quick rich scheme.
No.
And there is a process, there is a system which you need to follow. And if you follow that correctly, and if you put your time and effort correctly, you will definitely achieve the success, because we have seen people earning good money and doing this full time, part time, so that's a good advice. Yes, that's absolutely right.
Advice to check it out. Check it out. To it's not gonna cost you anything. Only 90 minutes of your time to check it out, and then after that is that refundable fee, which will be refunded definitely if you decide, no, this is not for me. I can't do this, which I don't know why not, because our community is growing so fast.
Oh my God.
When I was looking last year, it was only 20,000 people, and now it's over 40,000 people. That means, in 8 months, 48. I know. I don't want to overestimate, because people might get
No,
scared.
it is
What's happening here?
48,000
It's
people.
like a fire.
Yeah, because when I started, it was around 12, 13,000, and now it's
Yes.
40. Yeah.
Yes, and it's working globally. We don't need any more, big corporations to work. We can do it on our own. Small people can do it.
And I
Small
think
people can, yeah.
I think this is the right time to go online, because after this uncertainty and the
Yeah.
virus and everything, this is the right time. Whether you, and I will suggest at least to start something like something on the side. Those who are
Yes.
working a full-time job, have a plan B. Plan B.
Plan B. It's good to have plan B. We never thought that our business will stop working, like my husband's business. But you know what? In this Corona time, it
Yeah.
stopped.
It stopped.
We
Yeah.
would never imagine something like that, but it stopped. So it's good to
But
have
for you,
plan.
it's still working. For you, it's
Yeah.
still working.
And online is still working, because we don't, we just connect online. We talk to each other, online. We have our Zoom meetings, we have our masterminds.
Yeah.
We don't need to meet in the offices, and everything is, suddenly jumping. It was the same time, when Corona started in China, and January when I started, it was about the same time. And I thought, no, I never thought this is going to come so far that it's going to stop the world.
Absolutely.
Normal world, but online world can't stop this. No.
Absolutely right. No, you are absolutely right, Nada. And thanks for your time, Nada. I
Thank
was
you.
really, really looking forward to this day, because I wanted to know the journey you had, because I love to find out about people, where they started and how they have achieved the things which they have achieved in their life, because that motivates me to
Yes,
do something new, that keeps me on my toes, you know
yes,
and always makes me to do more and more, you know
yes.
physically, emotionally,
Emotionally,
yeah,
it is
because
so important. It is so important to talk about this.
yeah,
And there's so much, so many things online now. You can find. So much, I don't know how my kids, when they're online, they find only rubbish, but there's some really good stuff online that you can follow, like big speakers, positive minded speakers, and our group is like that, all positive minded people, we all connect in the same way somehow. And it's good to that we push each other in positive way. So and I'm really blessed, as I said on the start, that
yeah,
found each other through this business. Yeah.
absolutely right. And I think we have a celebration coming after this meeting and the interview.
Yeah.
Sophia has hit a milestone in the business. I just got a message.
Really?
So
You
yeah,
got
we
a
have.
message?
So we need to celebrate that.
Yes, you have to celebrate. You're gonna celebrate.
I just saw it.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, that's good.
Congratulations, Sophia. You are.
Congratulations to hear from me as well.
Yeah. That's really great. That's really great, Sophia.
I was so
She was
concentrating on
working
our
hard.
interview, so I didn't check the phone.
Yeah, I just saw it. I just saw it. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm so happy. I'm so
Yeah.
happy. So this is
Okay.
our achievement, where we can cheer up and celebrate our
And
achievement and our,
yeah.
every goal, every
like
goal.
Tara says that we need to celebrate every small thing.
Yes.
So yeah, but yeah, that's good. So before I leave, hey,
Hey, this is my son.
hey, hello.
Oh,
So thanks, good.
my
Thanks
little.
for your time, Nada.
Thank
I
you,
will see you
Jackie.
soon, and you take care. And thanks for coming in and sharing your journey and sharing your thoughts. And there are a lot of people who connected with you and said thanks a lot.
Thank
So I'll see you soon. Okay, take care, Nada.
Thank
Bye bye.
you to everyone who was listening. And yeah, thank you for your interview, Jackie. And we'll chat later. And yeah, we see each other very soon.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Bye
everyone.
bye, mate. See ya.
Bye.
Yes, guys. So I hope you had a wonderful session. I hope you got something out of it, because the reason we do this is to connect and bring people together and make them realize that they are not the only ones struggling in their life. There are a lot of people had a bad phase, but they come out of there and achieved a lot in their life. Okay. One thing, do not let your temporary emotions take over your future. Okay. Because they are the phase of your day or the time you are going through. They will not going to last forever. So do not let the emotions, temporary emotions, deciding your future. Okay. So do not make a concrete decisions. Go out, explore. Okay. Because change is necessary. The one thing I have realized in last 4 years, that change is necessary. If I would have not made those changes which I made in 2016, 17, 18, I would have been not sitting here and talking to these beautiful people. So thanks for your help. Thanks for your support. Thanks for your love. Thanks for your comment. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye bye and stay safe.